And here we are set. Looks like they've started. Patrick, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, how are you?
So first things first, same standard gameplay right off the bat. Both runners start off in the Series space station, all alone up until they meet Ridley, of course, who then snatches up the baby Metroid, escapes, and leaves Samus off to die in an explosion. Luckily, both players escape in time. Tex just having a little bit of difficulty, but that's perfectly okay. He escapes as well, safe and sound.
Can you hear me? What's up?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry about that. Alright, so it looks like these guys made it to ZB's. Okay. Now they're gonna head out and get Morph Ball and everything.
We have the Wilford Brimley planet, Zebus. Foosda is just gonna head down. He's gonna pick up Morph Ball. And he was also gonna pick up the first missile pack of the game. And then head back up to collect the bombs from Bomb to Rizzo. Tech's not far behind at all. Now, just a little conflicted to see is I believe Foosda might go ultra.
Alright, is this better?
A lot better.
Okay, cool.
Do you know if Foosda goes old or new route? I actually can't recall.
I kind of expect him to do a new route, but he might be doing old for the tournament. I'm not positive.
True, because with new route, there is just that slight risk that you can end up having issues over at Ice Clip, falling behind, or even at the Wreck Ship E-Tank.
Yeah.
Immediately after
Judging by his splits, I think auxiliary power is grapple, so I'm pretty sure he's doing old route.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, Foos is having a pretty solid run right now. This is not bad pace at all.
Tex, of course, making it over, picking up bombs, and it's going to start to engage Bomb Terizo in warfare.
So foosda did his like backup Terminator strat there. He if he ends up with less than 5 missiles after BT, he bonks the door before Terminator on purpose, and then does some like arm pumps kind of in the Terminator room. So it's a pretty cool strat. And then it guarantees him both missile drops from the waivers. And EOD is just doing a brute force Terminator strat, annihilating the waivers with missiles.
But still ensuring that he has the 5, of course.
Yeah.
I guess everyone has their preference.
But the key is that you come out of there with 5. That way you can have enough for the missile door coming up to do other mock ball and everything. Standard stuff.
I think the cool thing about Foos's gameplay is that his run is going to be a little bit more intricate and like thought out in terms of the stuff that he does. Like he'll have backup strats for some rooms. Have some things about his runs that are just a little bit more technical. Of course, he has like such a huge understanding of the game, and you're gonna see nothing but clean door transitions.
Yeah, Foos is kind of like the door guy and the RBO guy. So yeah, since both these guys are doing new route or old route, there shouldn't be much difference in terms of what they grab and everything, but sometimes people like to grab missiles that they pass at different times. Like foosda, he's not grabbing these charge missiles right now, but EOD might grab them. Doesn't really make much of a difference. I think it's like less than half a second faster to grab them later. So just small little things like that might change, but the general route is going to be the same, I assume.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just saw one right here where Tex ended up picking up the super missiles on his way out.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I guess he filled up his missiles at the after opening the pink door, and then went across. Is that what he did?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. That's a really good spacer time. Foos is already 16 seconds ahead of his PB. EOD with the 69 health. So that cac attack right there, this is kind of like a small thing that a lot of people wouldn't notice, but almost all runners notice it. When you shoot that charge shot with the cac attack, if you're moving forward, your shots are slightly higher for some reason. I guess it has to do with like Samus's animation or something. So you need to make sure that you're not holding forward when you shoot that shot, or else the shot will just barely go above the attack and not kill it. But if you're standing still, it will kill it. So something kind of interesting there. And that can be done in a couple other places, like if you only have pea shooter at least, and you're in front of a thing that's 2 blocks tall, normally your shot would hit it, but if you walk forward, then it would barely not hit it and kind of go through the block, so to speak. Because as long as the shot has 1 free pixel that is air in front of it, then it will keep going. Because that's how collision detection works in this game.
foosda just having a good recovery after the quick kill. That's perfectly fine. I mean, nonetheless, he still has a good amount of time that he had made from that really good spacer time. Wow. And moreover, I guess kind of going back to that beam detection thing, is that why sometimes whenever you, or maybe you know the answer to this, I don't know, because when you shoot
Did your mic cut out or something, or did you just stop talking?
no, it cut out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, what I was saying is that when you shoot, like you have the regular pea shooter, and then you shoot on a small little tiny platform that's, I don't know, I think just maybe 2 tiles long. You shoot and then you down grab, or just you shoot through it. The beam goes through. Is that the same thing or no?
Yeah, like, a good example is like EOD is about to get there when you're entering the key hunter room, and you know how like if with the pea shooter, this is Hundo use spaces, so it's pretty easy. But with the pea shooter, you know, you break that shot block and then you jump up and you shoot the pea shot, and you got to shoot it through the floor so that it opens the door, and then you can do the mock ball. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it is. The shot has 1 pixel of air in front of it. So let's say the shot's 16 pixels tall, which is a block. If the uppermost pixel, that's the only pixel that has a pixel of air in front of it as it's going forward, the whole shot will still go forward, even though all 15 other pixels that are on that side have solid block in front of them. So instead of checking for 16 air blocks, it checks for 1 air block or a pixel.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I did not know that. I just never understood it. That's it.
Oh no, foosda, he's falling apart. I just see him in the cam just like sag his head in shame. And that's like one of the annoying things about this game. You can be doing amazing, then one tiny slip up and you fall back down in a dumb room, and then for some reason you just can't come together, like pull yourself together and fix the room. You just keep messing the same room up over and over again, and then you just lose all hope for everything. But foos is kind of putting himself back together, so that's one of the major things you need to be able to do. You need to be able to like put rooms behind you and just be like, all right, that room stunk, but these next rooms are gonna be good. And if you can do that, then you can do really good.
That's a lot of runners salvage their runs. I mean, EOD on his Varia collection, he ended up getting a gold and is now ahead by like approximately 30 seconds.
Yeah. He was +7 at bombs, now he's -32 at Varia. That's just what happens. Also, foosda got screwed by Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, so that's why he just won. Well, what would make it faster to go through this room would be having a super missile to just shoot that pink door open in one shot.
No, it's equally fast to do either because you have to stop and grab the missile anyway. So that's why most Hondo runners would use missiles on that door, because missiles are obviously less rare to receive from drops than supers are. Right now, super management is a pretty important thing. A lot of people would just say, you know, as long as I have, like, it doesn't matter how many supers you have because you'll get one from the Cactac and Bubble Mountain when you go back through, and then that'll give you one to open Croc Door with. And then from there, it's pretty easy to get more supers because he has drops and everything. But it's nice to, like, you know, super the pink door in single chamber, super the pink door in double chamber, use 2 supers when you're fighting Croc to speed up the fight, you know, things like that. So supers are pretty important right now. I know Edu, you know, he thinks that supers don't matter at all. He doesn't even farm after speed, but I disagree with him. And even though foosda messed up, he's still on very good pace. Like, this is not scrub pace. Even though he messed up a couple times, he's still right up there with a good pace. I missed this earlier, but I was talking about how foosda is like the king of doors, and Steffi mentioned that, and
Are you trying to watch out for the double chamber entrance?
well, no, this door that EOD just went through, on the first, like when you're going towards speed, when you go through that, foosda does a unique strat type on us. Most people just kind of go up there and then jump when they go through the door, but foosda, I'm not sure if you like 100% confirm this or not, but I heard from him that it's actually faster to ledge grab, not ledge grab, ledge grab, but do a big wall jump on that first shot block and go as high as you can to scroll the screen up, and then shoot the second block as you're falling down and landing, and then jump and down grab that platform where the door is, and then just walk through the door, and that scrolls the screen up enough to where it still compensates for some of the scrolling frames of the door transition, but you don't lose that time from jumping because, you know, Samus moves slower while she's in air because she's not accelerating and such.
And of course, you would have the momentum from running it overall.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, the single chamber door is also. Whoa! Oh, that was so cool. Did you see that?
The Kago.
Yeah,
upward?
EOD messed up his jump and broke spin, so he like flung way more to the right than he was supposed to. But then he turned around, like, because I guess that's what he does. He turned around and he kegoed through the thing, and I guess he didn't realize, but because he let go of jump. But if he had just kept holding jump, he would have made it right up there. Would have been so sweet. Yeah, those platforms are kegoable.
I guess also turning around is one of those uninterruptible animations, right? Or no? Is that why you can
Yeah.
go up?
Yeah, that's like what quick downing and kegoing is. And okay, well, yeah, turning around, morphing, unmorphing. And I think something else I can't remember. Go check. So this stuff can all be found on D&D, guys. Best place to find information.
Yes, Super Metroid resource. A plethora of information. EOD also just arriving to Crocomire. Just playing that little sumo wrestling game.
Okay, so yeah, morph, unmorph, and turning around. Actually, the cool thing about turning around, that's where the flatly jumps come from. Do you know about flatly jumps?
No, I don't actually. What is that?
So you know how when Samus turns around, like, I guess the better example would be underwater, but you know how she turns around while you're running really fast, she'll like fly to the direction that you're running for a little bit, even though she's still turning around.
Oh yes, I know.
That's part of the turning around thing. You know, the game won't start updating her velocity / momentum until she's turned around, and then it'll go, oh, she turned around, stop, make her move forward. But what you can do with that is you can turn around before a ledge, and she'll like keep flying off the ledge. She'll be floating in midair, but then you can still jump since the game thinks she's technically on ground. You can jump up and jump when you're not on a ledge, and that's exploited like underwater without gravity. You can like do tight jumps around ledges and stuff. Ooh, and EOD barely missed that spark there. That's a really tight spark.
Wait,
But
yeah,
yeah.
I remember. I think you did it for one of the hacks. There was a hack where you had to do that. I think.
Yeah, that was in Leo's puzzle hack, but in the speedruns you don't do that. But it's a strat that you do for Everest in Suitless Meridia, but I actually don't do that strat either. I have a different strat. So yeah, I don't really flatly ever, I don't think. But it is part of Leo's puzzle hack.
Well, foosda is rapidly making his way back right up to fight Fantoon.
And you just saw EOD there. A lot of people don't know this, but if you miss the jump across the grapple, you can just stand on that little Kego platform and run and jump. As long as you use speed booster and high jump, you can do that. Same goes for in the room after you leave Croc, that room with the green gate, where you have to grapple across, and then there's a missile in front of the green gate. You don't actually have to, like, if you fall when you grapple, you don't need to go all the way back around, or you don't need to bomb jump. You can just stand on that leftmost platform, run and jump, and you'll make it right up there, as long as you speed and high jump. It can really save you some time.
Yeah, I think I've seen your video where you have like different methods to get those power bombs after Crocomire. How to reach
Oh yeah,
that
that's
door.
a different room. That video, those methods are so dumb.
Also, foosda had gotten the down grab climb up Red Tower.
Yeah, that was really slick. Very well executed.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can just get yourself to that, there's certain pixels that you could really wall jump off of, but the wall jump required for that method is a delayed wall jump.
Well, technically you don't need to do one, but if you don't do one, then you're just screwing yourself over.
Wait, really? You don't have to delay it
You
either?
do not have to delay a wall jump. But I mean,
But then I
don't
guess it would be
don't try
pixel.
to do it without a delayed wall jump.
Right.
I think that might make it pixel perfect. I'm not positive though.
I feel like it would, because when I go for it, I always make sure to delay my wall jump. But there hasn't been an instance where I was able to just do a regular wall jump and get right up there.
Yeah. Captain Duck, about what you just said there. It does give you a lot of extra height if you run for just a tad, but then there's also a trade-off. If you run for slightly more, you actually lose a bunch of height. Like, ED explained this to me one time, like using graphs and stuff, which I'm not gonna do. But basically, like, let's say you run X amount of distance, you get like way more height just for running that short amount. But then if you run a little bit more than that, you get way less height than you would have if you just jumped without running. And then after that, you start to gradually, you know, the more you walk, the more height you gain, and then it becomes symmetrical. But for some reason, there's that weird period in between where it just drops. I think he said it was like kind of like the sine of the squared function or something. I can't remember anymore. But it's kind of like that. If you guys know graphs and such.
EOD even went for the Alpha Spark.
Did he get it? I was watching foosda.
Yeah, he got it.
Nice.
I guess it's a
Oh,
little
nice.
safer to do.
So EOD did the power bomb back up. He missed the hero shot, and he won't have it, so he's just gonna get rid of the rippers and then do it his way. Makes it way easier. I'd say it's worth the lag if you have trouble with those rippers. Oh, right into the Samus Eater. That's not good.
Wait, the power bomb wouldn't even open up that block above, would it?
It would if you lay it in the right spot, but I think I'm not
Is it the-
sure. You might be able to hit the bottom key or the bottom ripper and open that block. I'm not sure. Very beautiful X Factor Fusa right there. Oh, fast, fast! You got this. Nice. No, he got flame land on the second round. That is so
No.
rare. That is. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it. Wow.
So at this point, all he needs to do is either shoot 2 missiles like he did, or just shoot 1 charge shot. But he is so pissed off right now, and I would be too. Giving his game the finger. Wow. That is annoying.
Yep. Even he knows like what. Expressing his frustration. Of course, Fantoon is known to do that. I mean, it's either you enraging Fantoon, or Fantoon enraging you.
Oh, and he got the left mid. Oh, that's so annoying. Wow, that is just dumb. Yeah, left fast, or sorry, left. Why am I saying left? Second round flame names are like so rare. It's just, it just doesn't happen because at least that's what DBX said. If you use his methods, and I know who uses DBX's methods, but yeah, left. Stop saying left. Second round flame names is so rare because just the way that you do the X Factor and the movements that you make Fantoon do, he can't really get in your way. But he laid that early flame right before the opening during the fast pattern, and foosda got screwed. And if you noticed, on his first round, he walked into the flame that was there already. It's a good move because it clears the flame so that you can guarantee that you won't get flame lamed, because no flames on the screen means you can't get flame lamed. So that was a good job, and like he did a flame lane protection first round. There's nothing he could do about that second round.
Just noticed foosda had a really nice setup for I don't know, I just thought it's a small thing, but the way that he shot is charged wave shot to open the room from the main reg ship
Yeah.
door. He just diagonal up.
Ooh, he got the bounce ball. Yeah, I stole that door shot from him. After I saw him do it once, I was like, because I do the spark strat there too, and I was like, oh man, that's really clever. So I started doing it. You don't technically need to do a charge shot, but it makes it guaranteed that it'll hit the door. But more so, his setup for the shine spark, that was cool, because it's very specific when you spark to I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but he sparked through the Kego platform, or the spike platform, whatever you want to call it. Oh no! But yeah, it's very specific where you spark to go through that platform, and oh, this is not good. Okay, well done by foosda.
Yeah, well job.
So what he did there, he used the turnaround to perfectly time when to spark, and it put him through the platform, so that was clever. Never thought about that.
He's hoping EOD gets some really good patterns by Fantoon.
Oh dang. Looks like EOD's doing
Missiles.
Doppler.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. Again, it's also preference because I guess ideally for runners, if you're not attempting world record, you want to get a 3-round missile Fantoon.
Yeah, well, technically both strats, if done optimally, are the same speed. But if you're like not as good of a runner, then they might both be 3 rounds for you. Like either way, they're both generally going to take the same amount of rounds. Just because, like, the difficulty to do a 2-round X Factor is only slightly more difficult than doing a 2-round Doppler. So it kind of, both strats are kind of the same in that sense.
Wait.
The only difference is the Doppler costs missiles, whereas the other one costs power bombs.
You really think that 2-round Doppler Fantoon is a little bit easier?
Well, I mean, it also depends on the person. Like, if you have trouble with your memory, it's going to be really hard to do Doppler, because you got to remember the patterns. Plus, you have to remember flame lane backups. Like Doppler, there's no chance of flame lane, Whereas X Factor, there's a pretty high chance of flame lane, but there are flame lane backups, but that's extra memory. So it might not be harder, like the 2-round missile is definitely harder execution-wise, but I feel like the memory required for the X Factor is kind of compensates for the fact that it's slightly easier to execute. But I don't know. It's kind of personal preference. I mean, like, I have no trouble memorizing the X Factors and their backups. So for me, the Doppler is way harder to 2-round than the X Factor. But I know people that have trouble with their memory and find Doppler way easier because they don't need to memorize anything. Not 2-round, but, you know, just general Doppler.
That makes sense. Yep.
Wow, how did foosda not get that spark? He did like the best stutter in the world. He's gonna have to grapple across now because he's low on health, or energy, if you will. And he fell anyway. That's foosda is just getting screwed.
I mean, he can still play it really safe.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he should be able to skip the ship still. That's just, I'm laughing because I see him in the camera. His mic is off, but I see him in the camera, just like, it's like saying what, like sticking his hands out and stuff. It's just so funny. Oh, nice spiky death room. It looked scary, but I think he had it under control. But yeah, you only need about 250 to make it across. Like, if you've already sparked up to where the power bombs are, you only need about 250 to spark through Gauntlet. And foosda went through that first robot, so it's going to be in his way. I don't know why he did that.
225 is actually the bare minimum.
Oh, he wall jumped past those spikes. It's hard to do that. Oh, if you guys noticed, if you have good eyes, you might have noticed his echo, his Shine Spark echo reappeared right there. That's a strategy that, or a technique, a trick. I don't know what you would call it, but it's a new thing that's been found out, like very recently, right before the 13% task came out, and it's actually used in the 13% task at Fantoon. But I'm gonna like butcher this explanation, but if you Shine Spark and your echoes appear when you're like close to the edge of the screen, the echo for some reason will respawn. Like if the echo disappears too quickly because it goes off screen, it'll just respawn for some reason, and that's what happens, and it'll just keep permanently respawning as long as you stay in the corner. Kind of weird, but very cool.
Wait, and it's used in the 13% test?
Yeah, don't you remember during Fantoon, he had echoes reappearing to break the flames?
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah. So if you noticed, only one of the echoes reappeared, but you could see it. It actually happens to almost everyone at that spark. Because I remember when it was first discovered, ED was going around looking for any evidence he could find of it happening to anyone. And then he sent this one video in the Discord of like some tasser that was doing a proof of concept for something. It happened to him and he didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it must have been Sapper Crutch or something.
I can't remember who it was, but it was a pretty like very good researcher. Like he should have noticed it.
Well, it looks like foosda has the right amount of health to just get that gun.
I think like a bare minimum, like as long as you're at 200, you're fine.
It's 225.
Yeah, like 225. If you just stand there and spark like he did, you'll be fine. But if you're at 200, you're gonna need to like jump forward and do it. I remember I used to see Zeus do the strat where he would jump off that little platform up there, like all the way at the top, and he would time his spark based on the pattern in the background. And I spent like weeks trying to get consistent, and I just couldn't do it. Because she's just falling so fast, it's really hard to tell. But yeah, now he's kind of past the part where ammo and health becomes an issue. Like now, he's got a crap load of ammo because plus he's about to grab a bunch more, and he's got a pretty good amount of E-tank, so no more problems with health or ammo management will arise. Until the Metroids at least, but at that point you should be okay. unless you get like ultra screwed by everything in the world, or you just super Ridley for some reason.
That's also pretty important to know is that EOD's on phenomenal pace as well.
Oh yeah, he's almost a minute ahead of his PB. That's really good. He could sub 130 this run. That'd be crazy. That. Why does foosda always do the coolest little strats? So he used the power bomb to blow him up forward. That way he landed like right above the hole. Not really needed, but it allowed him to not have to unmorph. It saved him like probably less than half a second. It's just these small little things he comes up with. It's just so clever. Like I never would have thought of that.
I would have never even noticed this, so that's actually pretty cool that you pointed it out.
And technically right there, it's faster to grab the E-Tank second because he didn't do it, but foosda could have jumped. And I'm not really sure how to explain this, but like you jump and you grab the E-Tank on your way down, and you have enough horizontal momentum to where you barely grab the E-Tank, and then you also just barely go past the block, because there's one solid block to the right of the E-Tank, then they're all non-solid blocks, they're just air blocks. So you just barely go past that solid block, and it saves you like a very small amount of time. Like, no one ever does it, because if you pass that E-Tank and then just go right over, then you're losing like half a minute or so, maybe even more. Not really worth it. Probably saves like 0.05 seconds. I just figured out something that I have been doing wrong my entire life. So that power bomb that foosda laid, you might lay it in the same spot horizontally, but like it still won't hit. And then I just realized, because I'm an idiot, that if you lay it a little bit higher, then it will hit. Because, you know, circles, they go further. Like, how do I explain this? Like a circle isn't a square, so the corners don't get filled in. So if you're in the corner of the square that would be formed with a circle, the circle might not touch that corner piece because it's not a square. If that makes any sense. So foosda, that power bomb that he laid earlier would have missed the power bomb blocks had he laid it slightly lower. But since he laid it a little bit higher, it touched it barely.
I guess also pretty good to keep in mind.
And that kind of just shows how like awesome of a runner foosda is. He, like, I think almost every time I watch him do a run, I learn something new about what I should do in my runs. Because he just comes up with these really revolutionary, like, tiny little things where, you know, I'll be doing practice, and I'll be like, oh, how do I make this exact little thing happen that'll save me, you know, less than a second? And then I'll be trying to figure it out for an hour, and then I'll be like, alright, I guess it's not possible. And then I'll go watch foosda, and he'll do some weird little thing that I would have never thought of that makes that work, and I'll be like, oh my goodness, that's what you gotta do. So foosda, he's very, very knowledgeable about this game. Very important part of the community. And a very good runner. Oh, EOD in the yapping maw. Not good. I don't think there's a single good yapping maw in the game. All they ever do is crash the game. And EOD is going to reload that room. He's not comfortable trying to Hail Mary it into the center of the crumble blocks. I do not blame him. Oh, he almost went to the left side with that quick down, but he made it. That was good.
Yeah, he really wants to stay on pace. Wants to get that sub 130.
Yeah, so now he's over a minute ahead, guys. So we should be seeing a PB from EOD if he can keep his cool. This is one of those games where you get ahead and you're just completely nervous and you just start messing everything up. You really gotta focus, but don't focus too hard, or else you're screwed. So, you know, you gotta keep a level head about this, or else you will mess up. So EOD isn't actually that far behind foosda. He's only. I'm not gonna try and estimate some terrible estimations, but he's still not too far behind considering his PB isn't very close to foosda's. Over 10 minutes slower than foosda's. But he's keeping good pace with foosda, so that's impressive.
There really is. I don't know. What would that be? Maybe like 2 minutes?
I'm not gonna try and estimate. It's gonna be completely off, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Matrick, are you dumb?"
I'm gonna try to estimate. I'm just gonna go for it. Might be because EOD has actually shown a lot of progression.
I'd say it has to be at
from
least 4 minutes.
4. Okay, then I was completely way off, and I'm proud
No,
to be that
it has
way
to
off.
definitely be at least 3 minutes.
Yep.
No, it has to be more than 3 minutes. Because foosda got this E-Tank, the bottom Bryn Star E-Tank at about 49 or 39, around the 39 area.
At 30.
And that power bomb right there is the 50th fanfare. So halfway through the next fanfare, he'll be halfway through all the fanfares.
Of course, only for old route, right?
Yeah, old route. And if you have to grab all the items in the optimal order as well. Like if you grab one of the missiles earlier, then I'll mess all the things up. Like if you'd grab charge missiles. See, he laid the power bomb on the ground, so he had to go like a block to the left, a block more to the left. But yeah, if he had grabbed charge missiles, then that would have made the Edikun fanfare the 50th, which I might start doing just so that their fanfare is 50th.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see what you meant by that whole circle block thing.
Yeah, it's really not easy to understand considering I'm terrible at explaining everything. Like, I didn't do it justice at all. Because it's one of those things where you need to, like, see a drawing of it. Like, it's like trying to explain a graph to someone. It just doesn't work. Oh, foosda, no. I don't know what happened to foosda, but he was doing super well in the beginning of this run, and then he kind of started tilting. Wait, did he do the super awesome rodeo route? I missed it.
Because I didn't see him get crabs.
Yeah, I kind of remember him. Okay, so foosda does this route that I'm not sure if it's faster, and I don't know if he's sure if it's faster, but he gets Main Street, then he goes up and gets crab on the way down, then grabs momentarily, and then goes back up. And it might be faster. It looks really fast. Like the strats that he uses are really fast.
Of course, I assume it would have to be done optimally as well.
Yeah, I mean both of them optimally. I mean, even if they're both suboptimal, as long as they're the same type of suboptimal, same amount of suboptimalist,
Optimalism. See, the reason I like Meridia Beach is because it reminds me of that SpongeBob episode, you know? You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Escape it on the beach. Escape it on the beach. Clean.
It does not
Right at
remind
it.
me of that episode.
Why? It's like the only beach in the game.
I mean, I guess I could say it reminds me of SpongeBob and... Okay, so... EOD is like about 5 minutes behind. I guess it could remind me of SpongeBob in general, though, because it's underwater, but only slightly, and it doesn't really remind me of that. But sure, let's go with that.
What's the name of that room with the crabs? Is it Crab Shaft? I don't know.
The room with the crabs. Well, there's Main Street. There's Everest.
The one that's right after Everest.
I believe it's called Crab Shaft, yeah. I call it
Cool.
Pre-Aqueduct. Even though I don't like the convention of naming rooms by the pre, because you could come in from any side. Although if it's a one-way street, like pre-Dragon. As I want, well, I guess technically Space Jump Room could be pre-Dragon.
That's
Dragon's Room is
true. Yeah.
pre-Space Jump. Pre-Space Jump. That could be Dragon's Room names.
So name everything everything.
Well, yeah, me and that's something I said. Me and AD were discussing room naming conventions, and he was saying the most efficient way to do it would be to use pre's and pre-pre's. And I was like, all right, let's just call every room a pre of another room. So I was
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking.
I was like, climb would be, pit room would be parlor. Or no, sorry, parlor would be pit room, and stuff. But then you have to base everything off of the end of the game. So like pre last room. And that would be some random room.
That's naming rooms by pre-D. Preternized dragon, I guess.
Yeah, Preternized dragon. Preternized pre-dragon. Alright, here we go with the dragon. Let's see. Come on, foosda, I believe in you. Good first spark. That looks promising. Oh, he's doing the super method. No, he isn't. Okay. Maybe he is. I don't know. Oh, dear. foosda.
Oh,
You've let me down, sir.
wait,
I think he's gonna just finish her off. There he goes. That's disappointing. This is still like a wicked space jump time. Oh, great. Okay. Well, now he's on good metric pace at least.
Good magic face. Well, he got spike suit, so that will save
Yeah,
something.
exactly. So he didn't. Like, you could look at this and go, oh, he's on good metric pace, but he doesn't have blue suit, but he has spark suit. So, and also technically, it would be faster to get Dragon missiles after Dragon. Optimally, if you like had spark suit, because then you can space jump over to them. But since you don't have spark suit, then because it would be slower with blue suit, obviously. You have to walk. All right, let's see if foosda does both the blue suit strats coming up.
Talking about coral blue setup as well.
I don't think he does coral blue. I think he just does something.
Coral.
Oh, he does that method. Okay. Yeah, Zeus does a method there where he jumps. Oh my goodness, no. He might have done that intentionally because he didn't want to risk soft locking. I don't know. But Zeus does a method there for the farm bugs. He just jumps and he holds forward when he gets hit by them. That kind of just places him right on the ground perfectly. It's kind of cool. I do it too now. Very
Yeah, I was
consistent
looking
with-
at. I was trying to look up, or exactly at what would be a good visual cue for that. I would assume it's the dip, that little that indent on the ground.
I don't really know what you're talking about.
Because you said that Zost he jumps, he gets hit, and that places him with the iframes, flat on the ground, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
what timing do you use? I don't know if you use a timing or a visual cue to get that jump,
What
to
jump?
get you to because you have to jump above the.
Oh, I just jump
the
and then I
bugs.
place myself midair. Like, I just jump and move forward, and then I go, okay, I'm above the guy in the right spot, and then I hold forward.
Oh, okay. Because I don't.
Okay, I see what you're saying now, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
hold
because I
forward the
don't-
whole time. I let go forward, and then I wait until I'm about to hit him, then I hold forward. It's slightly inconsistent because of that. Yeah, I guess you could use a visual cue and jump the whole time. Like, you could use angle jumps. Not angle jumps. What are they called? Bunny hops. You could use bunny hops, I guess. Do you know what bunny hops are?
Aren't those the ones where you have to hold some angle?
Yeah, you hold both
Up, I
angle
think.
buttons.
Hmm.
So, Samus can't move forward when you're holding both angle buttons. So this is one of the newest techniques. And it came out a couple months ago. Newest techniques in terms of consistent, normalized movement for blindfolded and stuff. But you can't move forward while you're holding L and R. So you're standing there, and then you hold L and R, and then you hold forward. So she's not walking forward, but you're still holding forward. Then when you jump, she can move forward even though you're holding L and R, because that's just the way it works. And then once you land, you immediately stop moving forward, so it normalizes how far forward you go. in a different way than normalized spin jumping or other methods do. So that gives us like 5 different methods of normalized movement. And foosda's still on really good pace, guys. I mean, he's not on foosda pace, like good foosda pace, but he's on good like runner pace.
EOD had actually not a bad Baoon fight, despite not even going for the X Factor.
Yeah, you can get a 1-round 10 super Baoon fight, but it's not very easy. I think I've done it like once. Oh, he's using grapple here. This is nice. Only time you get to see this is like in RBO. Or if you're doing blindfolded. I'll try to mention blindfolded as much as I can.
Yeah, of course.
Also, I think that Aqueduct should be the new worst room in the game. Not Aqueduct. What's it called? Coliseum. Because that room is terrible.
Is it really?
That room sucks, dude. Have you seen the blindfold strat for that room? That's the only room where like the blindfold strat just doesn't do anything. Like it's just do this and then like hope that you got it right. Like all the other rooms, it's like, all right, do these things and you're guaranteed to get across as long as you do them. Like it might be slow, but you'll get across. That room is just like do this and hope that you made it through, and then you'll be across. And then like in RBO, that room sucks because, you know, if you fall, you're screwed. Or in any gravityless category, that room sucks. It only sucks not a lot in 80%, but that's only because you spark through. If you didn't have to spark through, like if you couldn't spark through, that room would suck. But then even with the spark, it sucks because the spark is hard to get. So that is the worst room in the game. Guaranteed. I should make an infomercial. Guaranteed this is the worst room or your money back. foosda might do the different type of double D. Nope, he just goes for a single D boost. Or, not even a D boost, just an iframe. I don't think he got enough speed there. Oh, he turned. Dang it. I wanted to see him get that. Look at that short charge. He had like 4 extra blocks at the end there. Most people can't even short charge there. And like good short chargers will get you like maybe 1 block of space. foosda's like an ED that spent some of his research time. Or no, he's like an ED that speedruns instead of plays hacks.
Hold on, maybe you can explain exactly how short charging works.
Okay, yeah, so I guess we haven't really explained many of the tricks, we kind of just talked about them. Short charging. So Samus has animations in her run, obviously. And the run animation is the same as the walk animation, it just goes slightly quicker. Or no. Yeah, it goes quicker in the sense that you move forward. Well, I guess that would mean slower.
So more horizontal speed.
Yeah, since you have more horizontal speed, you'll be further during certain frames of the animation than you would if you were just walking. So, like, I think that makes sense. Did that make sense?
Yeah, so far as yeah.
Okay, that was only part of it. So, because of that, well, not because of that, but the game only checks on specific frames of her running animation when to say, okay, she is blue, and it does 4 checks. Because it doesn't want to just do 1 check, or else that would be too foolproof, or too non-foolproof, or whatever. It would be too exploitable. So it checks on 4 frames. It's kind of like a. It's like a.
Like pretty much, yeah, as what they are, checkpoints. As
yeah, kind of.
Increase.
To guarantee that someone won't accidentally short charge. But that's still exploitable by us awesome speedrunners. So we just tap run on 4. If you were like super perfect at everything, you would tap run on 4 frames while holding forward without doing full run. So the animation goes by in a shorter amount of time, because that's just how walking works. The animation goes by quicker because you've moved less distance, I guess. So like one full rotation of the animation while you're walking would be, for example, 3 blocks. I'm not sure if that's true, but then while running it would be like 6. So you're basically halving the distance because the animation will go by quicker when you're running or when you're walking. And then that explains why there's 4 taps, because it only checks 4 times. And then on the 4th one, the game turns to blue. And the run speed has different variables that it's set. And that's what blue suit is. Blue suit is when your run speed is stuck set at the value of 4. That's why she's permanently blue, and she has all the qualities of you when you're running at full speed. And then flash shoot would be when Samus is permanently in the charged Shining Spark state. So that's why if you hold angle and press jump, she'll just immediately spark, because she's just stuck in that state. Oh no! EOD messed it up. That's what you get for killing Shaq Tool. Boom. Don't kill Shaq Tool, guys. Kill the animals. Save the robots. Kill the animals.
I think also one thing that a lot of players don't know is that you can actually retain your speed even if you let go of the dash button, right?
Well, what do you mean by that? In what sense?
Well, for example, like, you know how I've seen you do, you'd get a
Temp
short
blue
charge.
suit?
What was it?
Temp blue suit? Like you retain your speed variable even though you're not holding run or moving forward?
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, so so let's say you you run. For some reason when you're holding angle, Samus retains her speed variable even though she's not moving forward. You have to hold angle and be crouched. Like if you're just standing, she won't keep the speed variable. So what you can do with that is you can run forward, and like when you have blue, just crouch while holding L or R, and her speed variable will stay at 4. And then from there you can jump and do a few things. You're limited on your movement, but you can virtually keep a temp blue suit. We call this temp blue suit. You can keep a temp blue suit for anywhere. You can bring that wherever you want to bring it. With like chain springboard jumps, underwater, and X-ray turning, and morph jumps and everything. You can do the entire game with a temp blue suit if you wanted to. And that'd be a fun task challenge.
Here's Christophelo's favorite room. By foosda.
What's it called? I don't know what it's called.
The lavatory.
Right. I feel like that's just a spin-off of the toilet.
I mean, it's always going to be a solid run with foosda. So it's going to be being able to keep a good amount of pace. Like, his previous split is only plus 17. So he made up a lot of time.
And earlier he was like plus 35 or so.
Yeah, so that's still a really good run. And EOD is still ahead of his current PB. He's been going green all the way.
He lost some time, but he's still there. So Anaconda says that it's faster to screw attack these blocks and just space jump up, but I don't believe him. So, oh well. It's gonna be all like, yeah, you shine spark there, foosda. But then he messed it up, so never mind.
Oh, and when you get screw attack?
Yeah,
isn't it really
everyone shines sparks there, but Anaconda says it's faster to space jump there. I don't know. I haven't tested it, and I'm not sure.
Isn't it mostly because of the
crash animation? Yes.
And also the door transition.
You have to move to the left to. Well, you can do it either way, though. The thing about doing screw it. Ooh, foosda, come on. The thing about doing a screw attack is that when you get to the top, this is like not a major thing and not really noticeable by many people. But if you notice, when people shine spark, they shine spark as far left as they can. That way, it only breaks one of the blocks there. And the reason they do that is so they can get more run speed going to the right. They can stand further back, and they get an extra block or two of run speed instead of just sparking right away, you know. But with screw attack, Samus's horizontal hitbox is bigger than one block, so you have to break at least 2 blocks there, and so you lose some speed. And I think that's what makes it slower, even with the crash animation. Although there's something pretty cool coming up, coming up in like 20 minutes that I'd like to note. So remind me to talk about optimal stand-up.
Optimal stand-up. Alright. I will remember. And EOD is just about finished with Meridia. I think he's also gonna up to collect Kraid missiles right now. Right, meow.
I'm pretty disappointed foosda messed up my favorite strat. The Wasteland, the Skiga clips, or hitboxes, whatever.
So we just shoot?
Yeah, you do
Just
a
kinda run.
angled up shot and then a horizontal shot, and no matter what pattern they give you, those the Skigas, no matter what pattern they give you, you will go through all 3 of them. Someone tell me how many patterns it is. I know I've asked this before, but I forget. They each have 2 patterns that they use separately, and there's 3 of them. So how many different combinations of patterns can you use? I guess that would just be 6. I guess it would be a permutation of 6, choose 3. I think. Which commentator has the deeper voice? That's hard to say.
Very is hard to say, but
I'm pretty sure it's you.
it can't be me. I'm younger.
No, you're not. I'm younger. Be quiet, Sappy.
See, look, your name is Matrick, and that's clearly an older voice. My name is Sephi, and that's more submissive, you know.
Well, my voice
Seppi.
might sound older, but you're older than me.
No.
Submissive.
Yup.
Alright, well, foosda did a nice Ridley fight. Kinda got a little bit screwed by his tail, but everyone does, so it's reasonable.
Got a good reverse flower house too.
Oh no, he messed up. Dang it. Alright, you can still do this, foosda. Yeah, there we go. Cool new route strats. 80% new route strat. Also, he held jump there. This is something he likes to get on my case about. You hold jump through that tunnel, and you will jump over that flame. And not get bounced off of it. You lose a little bit of time when you do that. Oh no, you missed the jump, Red.
Hold on, wait. You jump. You have to hold it.
Like just towards the end of the tunnel. If you hold it the whole time, you'll slow down.
Right. Because I was thinking, weren't you just gonna be like bouncing up and down?
You'd still get past the flame, you'd just be slow and getting past the flame. Because the thing is, it gives you that barely extra height to make it across. And it only does it sometimes, I believe. Depends on when you start holding jump and what your speed is and stuff. But like, if you guys have been following or had been following the Mix's 100% map task, you'll remember in the first revision, let's see if foosda gets this. Nope. In the first revision, when Nimix was coming out of whatchamacallit room, what's that room called? Single chamber. But like the upper part of single chamber. He was in that area. and he springballed. Instead of getting ball boost, he springballed out of the tunnel and landed right in front of the door in single chamber to get above mountain. And that was some sub-pixel manipulation stuff. So you can springball a full springball jump after the tunnel if you're awesome.
Would that be
But
pixel
it's
perfect
difficulty
or no?
task. Sub-pixel perfect. And frame
Oh,
perfect.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, see, even chat can't decide. Seven's deeper sounding, Matrix sounds deeper. Yeah, exactly. Blue guy has it right. They both sound the same. Alright, well there we can see that EOD is gaining a little bit more time on his PP. Gained 7 seconds there at the ice split. And lost 0.3 seconds at GT missiles. This one right here, you can see foosda. If he has full speed here, he can, and he manipulates his subpixel, he can jump across that gap with a spring ball. But he's not Nemex's task, so he can't do that. And now foosda's at my least favorite part of Hondo. This is the part where like you've already beaten Ridley, so you're like, all right, the game's over, and you're like, all right, let's just go to Brother Brain, but then you're like, oh wait, I have to grab a bunch of items first.
Wait, you don't like cleaning up the rooms?
No, I hate it. I hate the item collection, but since it's integrated into the run, it's really cool. But when it's just like random stuff in the background, like, okay, now that we, like, I don't know, like, I get the routing is really well done, but it's like, it feels like you messed up routing everything into the run if you don't just go right from the final boss to the, or from the last boss to the final boss. But I get why it's like this, because it's actually faster. But like, if we were to think about it on a weird level, optimally you wouldn't even have to clean up because you already would have gotten everything if you were like a perfection. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. And I also noticed that his Bubble Mountain, well, to pick up the Bubble Mountain missiles, is a lot different than...
Yeah, I was looking at EOD. What did he do?
Well, okay, there's several ways.
Did he do the
you
deboost?
can- No, he didn't do the deboost.
Okay, yeah, the deboost is slow. He told me that.
Yeah, he's been telling us that actually. But
So what did he
I
do?
was just trying to. He did the, I guess, what is the optimal method of his morphing and laying the power bomb. How can you explain it? Because I see everyone attempt it. They jump, they hold right, they morph, they lay the power bomb, and then they just work their way to the right, which seems kind of like pretty much simple and easy.
Oh, like he morphed but kept his forward momentum.
Yeah, that.
Okay, yeah. What were we just talking about? Like right before that? Oh right. Yeah, I hate the item collection, but it's not boring when it's integrated into the run. EOD did an RBO type strat there. In RBO, you just don't want to risk getting hit by any of those dudes, so you just kill them with screw attack. That's what he did here too. Not necessary entirely because, you know, look at his health. Ooh, double KO. But yeah, not necessary to kill those guys, but perfectly reasonable because you don't want to get knocked back by them and be all slow because of it. And there you go. How about you explain, Sephi, why you can double hit enemies with plasma? I want to hear you explain it.
Double hit enemies with plasma.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that
Like,
plasma
yeah, besides
does...
Ridley and, like, you know.
Oh well,
Force
does
Spawn.
I mean besides the fact that plasma shots do damage for maybe not even every frame that it passes through an enemy, or is that it? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, all beams damage an enemy for every frame that's on the enemy. Just most beams disappear when they hit the enemy, but plasma doesn't disappear, so the enemy's iframes can end with the beam still on it and it'll get hit again.
So then enemies enemies do have iframes.
Yeah, they do. They all have iframes, but it's very minimal number of iframes. That's why most enemies can be double hit with plasma, as long as it's shot right. Like here's an example. Mother Brain, her body ignores Samus's iframes, so even if you're in iframes, you'll still get hit by her again. So you could potentially die to her like super quickly. Like if you deboost into her, you just boom dead because you just take damage every frame.
Mother Brain.
Yeah. So if they were an enemy that didn't have iframes and they got shot by plasma, since plasma doesn't disappear, they would just die like within frames of being hit by it. Alright, foosda's finally made it through, or almost made it through the cleaning up of items that I hate oh so much. I like his G4 split name.
Sounds relatable actually.
Oh, what's he doing? EOD doing? There he goes. Nice. I was like, what is he doing? That was actually kind of cool though.
Yeah, with the
spring ball.
The spling.
I should make that my spring ball sound effect.
Can you actually do that with like a type of, I don't know, hack?
I don't know.
Guess.
Doesn't spring ball make like a little sound when it jumps?
I would hope so, but I don't think it does.
Dang.
Just noticed that it actually does.
I'll have Total do it because I'm bad at stuff. And Total's the man. Oh look, foosda doing the optimal strat here and messing it up because it sucks. That's why you don't do optimal strats, guys. Optimal strats suck. Imagine if we all tried to do the 100% optimal strats. We would just be trying to imitate TAS. Looks like EOD is dropping. Did his buffer for you?
No.
Mine's like skipping around. Let me.
Okay. Yeah, it did. Now it is.
Right,
so.
Or no. Okay. So this super missile here, for some reason, if you crouch in Spark, you'll grab it in Shine Spark, and if you stand in Spark, you won't. Kind of weird. I think it has to do with the way that Samus moves in a horizontal Shine Spark. Like, I don't think that she moves. Okay, this is how I'm gonna guess it works, and I hope that this is right. I think the way the game moves Samus horizontally is they move her 1 pixel to the right, 1 pixel up, 1 pixel to the right, 1 pixel up, or maybe vice versa. And what you want to have happen is you want her to, like, be on a rightward movement when she gets past that wall. That way, she'll immediately get, like, I don't know how to explain it. Oh, nice mod ball by foosda. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, she'll, instead of being up 1 pixel, she'll be to the right 1 pixel instead because of the wall. And crouching puts her at that perfect number, like that perfect height. I don't know if that's true, but that's just my guess. I have no idea why it does that.
Yeah, because then my question to that would be, how come sometimes you can also get it if you jump in Spark?
Well, it would be the same thing with the super shot. You know how the Spore Spawn reach around shot, like, there's not just one specific pixel position that works. There's
okay.
You know, so if her height, as long as her height's at the spot to where she moves to the right immediately after the wall instead of moving up, then she'll hit it, basically. But again, that's just my guess.
foosda right at the end of the game here.
Wait, yeah, that makes sense, because it obviously wouldn't be 1 pixel at a time, it would be like X number of pixels. So if, you know, the vertical movement puts her with 1 pixel still up against the wall, then when she moves to the right, she won't move to the right 6 pixels, she'll just stay, you know, 0 pixels to the right, because there's a wall there. And then it'll move her up 6 pixels again, and then to the right 6 pixels, in which case she'll be way too high to hit it. But if at some point she lands, you know, perfectly level with the ground to where the bottom pixel of her is the first pixel of air to the right of her. Then she'll move to the right 6 pixels, then up 6 pixels. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you mean now. I
Yeah,
see exactly what you mean.
good, because I really don't think that made sense when I explained it. All these Metroid rooms, so solid. I love it. foosda, the king of good movement. I really like foosda's movement, to be honest. He just lacks Zoast-like consistency, which we all lack. How far behind is EOD? That's a good question. Can I answer later? I'll answer once he enters G4. How about that? Okay, LST says around 8 minutes. It's a pretty fair estimate. Well, let's think. foosda's 1 minute behind, EOD's 1 minute ahead. So that will put it at 22 versus 21. He's about 9 minutes behind. Or no. No, 8 minutes. No, wait. 10 minutes. Wait. Crap. 22 converts to 20 to 32. Yeah, 10 minutes. Nice Metroid skip by foosda.
Yeah, job. Nice done. Well jobbed.
Alright, it's almost time to explain optimal stand-up. Oh, and foosda's gonna spark this? Oh man. Seki, have I shown you my Crystal Flash sub skip that you can do if you missed the Metroid skip?
So that you, of course, heal up and everything. No, you have not. I didn't even think that was a thing.
It seems like it would be useful, but it actually is not useful at all because you still waste time. Because like if you Crystal Flash during the Mother Brain 1 cutscene, you're not losing any time because you're standing there anyway.
Right.
Whereas here you're wasting time because you would be through the Zeb if you just iced. But I guess if you have trouble with the Zeb skip, this would be useful or something. It's pretty annoying.
Wait, so you just Crystal Flash right beneath the Zeb?
Yeah, well, Crystal Flashing Crystal Flashing Zeb skip is a known thing. I'll send you the link. Oh wait, no, I think I deleted it. Yeah, I deleted it because I like messed it up. So then I remade it and then uploaded it. So never mind. But yeah, so the way that works is, you know, Crystal Flashing that just pushes some
Optimal stand up.
Oh, well wait, hold on a second. So, if you do a ceiling crystal, no, it doesn't need to be a ceiling crystal flash. It just needs to be.
Can I explain optimal stand up?
Oh wait, give me a second, because he's not going to start. Oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. So you can actually get stuck in the wall below the Zebetite as well. It just isn't useful at all because you can't do anything because you're just stuck. But if you're morphed, you can crystal flash, and then it'll stand perfectly. That's the way it works. So then she'll be standing up barely inside of the zone, and you can jump through it. And that's that. So stand up. This is unconfirmed by me, but I'm pretty sure because I saw Saturn do it in his RBO test that it's true. But basically, and it's only potentially faster in the sense that it's not necessarily faster always, but it's faster more often than it is. So like, normally, you know, you would say 40 shots during stand-up, and then Mother Brain 3 will die when she, you know, goes into Mother Brain 3 mode, right? Well, sometimes she'll like kind of step back and forth a couple times and then die. But if you shoot 39 shots during stand-up and then shoot her with one hyper shot to kill her, right when Mother Brain 3 starts, then she'll immediately die, because my guess is that, like, when she starts Mother Brain 3 up, and then, like, she's already at 0 health, the game might not check it for, like, I guess it cycles when it checks it, And if it's at the beginning of a cycle, it won't check it until it ends that cycle. I guess I'm assuming that's how it works. It only checks it at certain times or something. Or maybe it has to do with the position that Mother Brain 3 is in. She won't die until she's all the way in the back. So the shot pushes her back. But then in that case, you could just shoot her even though you've already killed her, and that would work. I don't know. But I know Saturn did it in his task, so it's probably faster. But yeah, if you do 39 shots during stand-up and you shoot her with one, she'll just get pushed back and then she'll immediately die. But I'm pretty sure she gets pushed back either way. So you can just do 40 shots and then shoot her right after stand-up. But then I guess technically that's a little bit more lag considering you're charging a shot. So weird small things to think about. Nice behemoth spark there. Very nice actually. Like Sephi, you see in the climb when you spark, if you're crouched and you spark, you'll go through the platform. But if you're uncrouched and you spark, you won't go through the platform. That's kind of like the same thing I was mentioning before. It depends on our position. Because the way the game checks 121.35. The way the game checks if Samus, well, his SRL is actually 121.36.
121.36. Good game, foosda, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually a really good time. Like, he's behind and he's unhappy with the run, but that's a good time. But yeah, like the way the game checks there's stuff above Samus is the same way that it checks if the shot can keep moving forward, as long as there's a pixel. I guess it's slightly different, but it's different, but it's also the same. Like, it doesn't check if there's solid blocks above Samus's like waist or anything. It only checks if there's solid blocks above her head. So she can be like inside a block and still be able to jump, even though in reality you wouldn't be able to jump if there was a board through your whole body wouldn't move through a board if the board was like cutting your body in half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you.
But yeah, so what would happen there is Samus's Shine Spark, let's say those blocks are like 16 pixels tall, which they aren't actually. I don't think they are, at least. I think they're half blocks. I should check that actually. But yeah, so let's say they're 8 pixels tall because they're half blocks. If Samus is moving at 9 pixels per frame with her Shine Spark, then if on one frame, the bottom pixel of the block is 1 pixel above her, so not immediately above her. There's a block of air above her head, or a pixel of air above her head, then the first pixel of that block. The game will go, oh, there's air there. Let's move her 9 pixels up. And then at that point, her head is perfectly flush with the top of the block, and so there's air above her head now. So the game's like, oh, keep moving her up. There's no blocks, so she'll just boom right through the block. And that can actually happen while you're running to the right too. ED has a video on that. Let me see if I can find it. It's actually kind of cool. She can run over 1 block gaps and stuff. Really awesome.
In the meantime, I guess it's gonna go ahead and wait for the credits to roll to confirm foosda is 100%. EOD waiting.
Yeah, EOD's around 9 minutes behind, so I was right.
But definitely on PB pace, so.
Yeah, he's on good pace right now. This is nice. He might be able to pull a sub 130, we'll see. I don't think so, though.
I'm thinking,
but maybe sub 132.
If he'll attempt baby skip.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know if he does it or not, like in normal runs. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure ED's video on running through blocks is part of his visualization series. And I'm not going to try and figure out which one it is and then timestamp it, because I don't care that much. I've already seen it. If you guys are curious to see it, then Deer Force, then go over to ED's channel.
Yeah, Deer Force.
watch his 3 visualizations videos and figure out which one it's in, and then watch it in that one. I'll probably link it to you though, Sophie, eventually.
Yeah, when you get the time, of course. And confirmed, of course. 100% for foosda. This match's winner. Winner.
EOD turned off gravity. It's interesting. At this point, gravity only affects the damage that... Oh no, sorry. Gravity doesn't affect... Oh, okay, he did that so he could take damage from this guy quickly. Okay.
Yeah, so not going for... Of course, baby. I saw that small 69. There's the 69 again.
But yeah, gravity doesn't affect the damage that the Metroid does to you, nor does it affect the damage that whatchamacallit does to you. Mother Brain's Rainbow. Only Varia affects those 2 things. So really you only need to turn off gravity here. But that did save him some time of the Metroid draining his health. I'm just not sure if it was worth it. Because he had to pause an extra time too, so that's 2 pause transitions. I don't think it was worth it. Because without Varia, the Metroid would drain your health really fast. It's not a big deal. Optimally, you would have a 1 pause Hundo run, which I think is really cool that they were able to route it in a way such that you only pause once. Also, ED's going to be going for the Crystal Flash though. He has enough ammo and everything. As long as he doesn't do a technically optimal Mother Brain 1, he should be okay.
You should also be careful as to where he chooses to Crystal Flash.
Yeah, that too. Good.
But I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, optimal Mother Brain is 9 misses, 9 supers, but since he has to save 6 of them, or save 10 of them, he can only shoot 6. 1 more hit. Good. See, Mother Brain ignores iframes. If he had gotten double hit by her right there, he would have died. So, very risky.
Yeah, it's a scary part of the run. He's fine now.
Yeah, like you can see what I was saying about Crystal Flashing during the cutscene. He didn't lose any time because he was standing there anyway. He had to wait for her to come over the ground. So the only time he lost missing Metroid skip was the Metroid grabbing cutscene, which wasn't very long because he took off area and damaged himself.
I don't know, I guess some strats are just really for the sake of swag.
Yeah. Yeah, I like doing strats for the swag factor, but I'm too much of a stickler for like doing everything perfectly.
Yeah, cause can you imagine doing the Crystal Flash? I don't know, I guess Spring Ball clip?
Yeah, you spring ball into the Metroid, you just hit the wrinkle, you just freeze him and spring ball up there and you just boom, are immediately stuck in the wall. Because he's in the perfect spot to get you stuck in the wall. And then...
No, I'm talking about like for getting Spring Ball.
Oh, well, I don't know, wait. I went all different mode. Oh, right, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That would be Godzilla. I don't know if there is enough strength like that to actually be worth it. Is there a category where that's viable or not? Probably just...
I don't think any route would be good. I mean, I guess you could do late ice. I guess, yeah, technically it would be faster. Do late ice.
What about a category?
No categories force that. There are puzzles that force it, so I guess puzzle is a category technically.
Then there we are, finishing off Mother Brain. No problem. All little EOD has left to do is escape. Can pretty much secure his PB. So definitely no way we're gonna see anyone save the animals tonight.
Oh wow, he was ahead by 132 at stand up. That's good.
How much time is safe here on the escape? Skipping past the animals, of course, EOD is now finished.
Nice. PB of 132. Well, by 132, a PB of 131.24. Very, very nice.
And his SRL time was... What was his SRL time?
131.25. Was his SRL time. That's nice though. Congrats on PB.
Congrats, EOD, yep.
So he did not win the race, but he PB'd. It's a win in my book.
It's a win for all the community.
Not for the people that he bopped. Now they're sad. Unless they like the competition, then they're happy.
I think they would like the competition. I feel like a lot of the runners really try to go for the sub 130. That's typically the goal.
Yeah, I remember my first sub 130. It was pretty hype. Oh, I forgot to mention this, by the way, guys. So most doors, you know, when you enter them and you get into the next room, you know, the door shells open, then she steps into the room, then it closes. Well, when you're going from pre-Coliseum, from Coliseum into pre-Coliseum, the door shell's already closed when you pass, like during the animation entering pre-Coliseum. The door shell's already shut for some reason. This was an oversight. Isn't that interesting?
What? Really?
Yeah. Go watch some random run and skip to that point. Yeah, Cross, a lot of people compare me to ED. But I don't know, I don't like hacks.
So, this was enjoyable. It's good.
Yeah, it was a good race.
Loved
Wasn't very
it.
close, but was still entertaining.
That's what it's about. That's what we bring here. Gotta bring the entertainment. Now we just... Oh, look. Shout outs to all of R2D2 staffs and general manager Senpai Yokoi. Yokai Watch.
Oh my gosh.
That's what that last name reminds me of.
George Sinfield. It's like Jerry Seinfeld combined with George Costanza. Dear Force.
Dear Force. West Side.
1999, 1994 Force.
1994.
1994.
And here we are.
Screw Tech Force. A lot of people don't notice that Screw Tech symbol is also a morph ball. Like the background of it is a morph ball.
It's
Did
a
you notice
morph
that?
ball? Nope.
Yeah, look at it. It's orange, like Samus and Daria. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what it looks like. Cross.
I feel like Seinfeld somehow did have some sort of influence on Super Metroid.
Nah, you're pulling stuff out of your butt.
No, that's not me. I never do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a day it has been for the Super Metroid community. Now it's time for So Long, but we'll sing just one more song.
I'm not gonna listen to you
You know
sing.
the
All right,
rest.
I'll see you guys later.
You know the rest of that song. You know it, then you should sing it. Thanks for doing your part. You sure are smart.
Bye, guys.
You know, with me and you and our dog Blue, we can do anything that we want to do. All right, we'll see you next Fusion. Just kidding. No, we won't, because the animals are dead. Thank you for dropping by, everyone. You guys have yourselves a wonderful evening, wonderful day. Happy birthday to Nutella. Bye.